That's
So
true. I mean, obviously,
all right, guys,
yeah.
thank you so much for being here. Right, I've got Tyler and I've got Derek. How you guys doing? Thank you for
Good,
doing this.
good, good.
We're good, man. It's so late here where we're at. It's probably super early where you're at.
Yeah. No, so let me tell you this, right? So we've known each other for how long? Probably
Going
close to a
going on
year.
a year, dude. Yep.
Yeah, dude, it's been an awesome ride. So obviously we've had a good couple of months, and you've just started off with our appointment generating service. Like, we generate leads, and then obviously we turn those into appointments for you. But do you want to like just talk us through your experience? Like, what has it been working with us, and would you how would you yeah, just walk us through that.
Well, Tyler and I, when we decided to get into solar, we went a different direction with lead gen. Not because we had actually met with you, but we went a different direction with lead gen just because we had met this group first. We wanted to give them first crack at it. We wanted to kind of follow through with what we had said with them. And I think you probably remember that
Yeah.
conversation, right? We went that direction, and it wasn't that we were disappointed, but when we had jumped into this business, we had put our projections and put our estimations at a very conservative level. And when we went this other route, they were right on cue with what we were projecting, but it was very conservative. And so when we looked at those numbers, first off, we felt like, okay, well, those, even though it's in line with our original numbers, we had originally put those to be conservative, and we felt like we could do much better than that. And so that's what led us to come back and fast forward however many months that we've been working together, and obviously we work together on other things now too, right?
Mhm.
It's just the fact that um, you know, a decent lead cost, we know what a decent lead cost is, and right now our particular campaign is blowing that out of the water, right? You would think that we're spending 3 times as much as we had planned, which is nice. I mean, we're almost overwhelmed with all the other stuff that we have because,
Yeah, if you
yeah,
compare it, it feels like we're spending 10 grand a month in lead gen,
and ad spend, yeah,
in ad spend. Yeah, sorry, ad spend. And in reality, if we compare the two, that's what it feels like. We would have
Mhm.
had to spend 10 grand a month with this other guy in ad spend to get the
Right.
results that I feel like we're getting with you at 3 grand.
Mhm.
right.
So
Yeah.
That's
And we
awesome.
have what? I think we added it up just the other night because we were just, we keep track of all of our KPIs and all of
Mhm.
our
Yeah.
our metrics and everything. I think we have in the pipe just from the past 2 weeks probably $100,000 worth of deals that that we're currently working with. Now, if we can get all of those to go, that would be fantastic. But even if we get half of those to go, like, it's amazing. Like, our CPA is fantastic. And so yeah, we've got a phenomenal campaign. We're not going to touch it. We're just going to let it keep going, right?
Right.
So,
Because yeah, and I appreciate that, but a lot of people in this industry, like, they seem to they seem to have a better taste in their mouth from working from, like, with other companies and stuff like that. And I keep saying to people, like, it experience does talk. It's not like we've spent over $20 million in solar ads in the last 3 years, and we'd have to be idiots to not start to see patterns after a while.
right.
But, like, to somebody who doesn't know what it's like to just jump in and just give it a go, what would you say to someone who's, like, standing on the edge, and you want to help them, like, cross over and actually get to work with us so they can experience what you've experienced?
I
Yeah,
think
I would say, go ahead, Tyler.
I was going to say it comes down to like our past experience with other lead gen companies as well. Is yeah,
Yeah.
we had a little bit of a bitter taste in our mouth. We trusted you from our experience that we had with you before when we were working with you on a different level, and we knew we would always come back to that at some point. But there became more of a fear there, even when Derek and I talked about, like, hey, we just got to dump the ad spend in, pay the money to Ivan, and get this thing going.
Mhm.
There was a little bit of hesitancy there because of our past experiences, and and we just knew, because we know you now and we've known you for a while from before, that we just had to do it. And
Mhm.
once we did, it was just like, dude, we got to keep up with our calendar now. because that's the experience that we ran into. And so it was like, how
Yeah.
are we going to keep up with like what's coming in now? Because this is very different
Yeah.
than our last experience.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
Yeah, very different, night and day. And
it's
you know,
night
I'm
and
not,
day.
yeah. And I'm
Not
not
even
saying
close.
that like our campaign, our experience with our particular campaign is exactly what everybody else is going to experience. But even if they experience what we were expecting coming into this, even that is phenomenal, right?
Yeah.
And we just happen to be, you know, having some really solid run right now. And, you know, like it's solar, you know, there's a lot of money to be made in solar. And so if you're going to bitch and moan about whether you got to invest a couple grand and then you got to put some ad spend in, and it's like, why are you in solar? Right? Like, don't do solar. You
For
know,
sure.
that's just my personal opinion. That's my thought. And
Mhm.
so, you know, when we talk to others about it, you know, I just relay our personal experience as well. Right?
No, I appreciate that. I
And,
appreciate
and
that.
what, Derek, just off the top, because you're the one that does this math or had done it for us, is what did you expect the cost per lead to
Well, I think a
be?
good, I mean, I don't know how much you want us to go into things, but I think a good cost per lead is between 30 and $50, right?
Correct.
Lead, not appointment, lead. You
Lead,
get a, yeah, exactly.
right? That's what I'm
Um,
referring to.
yeah, exactly. So, and ours, you know, right now is under $12. It's closer to $11, which again is phenomenal.
Wow.
Like
I didn't even
just
know
in
the stats
general.
on your campaign. That's how
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, no, it's
it's
really
down
good.
around $11.
You know, our show up rate is like, again, 80%. And if you take in just reaching back out, like it's not very hard. You can bump that up. So, I mean, we
Yeah, even like
have
a second
like,
call, that's like 100%. So
yeah,
for
we
me, it's
have
been 100% on my second
Wow.
call. Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
That is awesome. And obviously
we have like we have 19 proposals out right now that we're working with. So yeah, not
19.
all.
Now,
We
when
have
I say I didn't know
19.
the stats, I did not know the stats at all.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those that like aren't it like there's probably 3 of those that are a little bit more difficult just because they might be a ground mount or we're dealing with some permitting issues,
Right.
like and somebody else, you know, but they're still like they still need solar, right? So like the fact that we
Wow.
have 19, it's like, you know,
This is only 2 weeks into our ad spend.
yeah,
Right.
2 weeks and
17
3
days,
days.
17 days, yeah, on in this particular campaign, yeah.
That's a dream come true to for everybody that's in solar.
Yeah.
I
So don't
Yeah.
do this for everybody else. Just do it for us. Continue to do this for us.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, super cool.